Hello and welcome everyone. Pygmalion, Act 1, line by line explanation. This is video number 2, ISC Modern English. Pygmalion written by G.B.Shaw. Do check the pinned comment section for important video links related to your syllabus. Go through video number 1 as well to understand Pygmalion better. I will give you the line by line explanation so that you can understand the text very easily. But before that, do subscribe to our channel, like, share and comment, and also tap the bell icon. Come on, this is your new syllabus, so support us. Share this session as much as possible. We will start from here. The note taker. Never you mind, they did to the girl. How do you come to be up so far east? You were born in Listen Grove. The attention is now focused on the note taker. Who is the note taker? Professor Higgins, Henry Higgins, and he is a professor of phonetics. The attention is focused on the note taker. Different opinions are expressed about him. Some take him to be a policeman, others consider him to be a busybody. They are much surprised to find that he can correctly tell the exact London locality to which the various people belong, and he can do so by noting the difference in the dialect which they speak. This is interesting. He is Professor Henry Higgins. We know this by now. Professor of phonetics, and he has come here to study the various dialects spoken by the people and take notes of the difference between one dialect and the other. The people are very much surprised and interested, and they are now more favorably inclined to the note taker. We will see how this happens gradually. Never you mind, they did to the girl. How do you come to be up so far east? You were born in Listen Grove. Listen Grove, a working class area in London. Appalled. Oh, what harm is there in my leaving Listen Grove? It wasn't fit for a pig to live in. Not suitable for living a decent life. And I had to pay 4 and 6 a week. In tears. Oh, boo-hoo-hoo. Live where you like, but stop that noise. Don't cry. Come on. To the girl. Come, he can't touch you. You have a right to live where you please. Thrusting himself between the note taker and the gentleman, we have a sarcastic bystander. Park Lane, for instance, I would like to go into the housing question with you. I would. The flower girl, subsiding into a brooding melancholy over her basket. So what do we have here? The note taker tells the flower girl that she comes from. She was born in Listen Grove, a slum in Western London. The flower girl is frightened, she is appalled, and she asks, oh, what harm is there in my leaving Listen Grove? Is there any harm in my leaving those slums? The place was not fit for a pig to live in. Insanitary, unhygienic conditions of Listen Grove. Therefore, she had to leave that place. And there are two reasons. First, it was a dirty place. Second, she had to pay a rent of 4 and 6 a week. And then she begins to weep. The note taker doesn't like it. He is annoyed. He asks the girl to stop making that noise. Stop weeping in that way. And the gentleman, Colonel Pickering, asks the girl, come, he can't touch you. You have a right to live where you like. A sarcastic bystander. What is his opinion? One may live in Park Lane, for instance. I would like to go into the housing question with you. And the flower girl, she subsides into a brooding melancholy. That means she starts weeping over her flower basket. Next. I am a good girl. She tries to confirm, she tries to convince the note taker that she is a good girl. Not attending to her, the bystander. Do you know where I come from? He wants to test the note taker. Promptly, quickly, immediately. Hoxton, tittering's popular interest in the note taker's performance increases. People are interested just as I told you. Hexton. Hexton, a working class area of London. Amazed. Interested. Amazed. Well, see how the reaction changes gradually. Well, who said I didn't? BLY, believe me, you know everything you do. Still nursing her sense of injury, ain't no call to meddle with me. He ain't. Why is he troubling me? Why is he interfering in my matters? So the flower girl, she starts weeping and she is hurt when she sees that the sarcastic bystander also is not caring for her. And according to the note taker, the sarcastic bystander comes from which place? He comes from Hoxton. Absolutely right. And they are all amazed. Their interest in the note taker's performance increases. Do you know where I come from? You come from Hoxton, and their interest in the note taker's performance increases. The bystander is amazed. He says, well, who said I didn't? Curses on you. You seem to know everything. And the flower girl immediately defends herself. He has no need to interfere with me. He must not interfere in my affairs. The bystander to the girl, flower girl, of course he ain't. Don't you stand it from him. Don't tolerate this. And to the note taker, see here, what call have you to come about people what never offered to meddle with you? Where's your warrant? So they are amazed. It's all right. But the bystander tells the note taker, Professor Higgins, clearly. Of course, Professor Higgins must not interfere in the flower girl's matters. Don't you tolerate? And he asks the flower girl not to tolerate interference from the note taker. And then he addresses the note taker. Look here, what business have you to interfere with people who have never interfered into your affairs? Encouraged by this seeming point of law, several bystanders, yes, where's your warrant? Let him say what he likes. I don't want to have no truck with him. So the flower girl tells, let him tell me what he wants. I don't want to have anything to do with him. You take us for dirt under your feet, don't you? Catch you taking liberties with a gentleman. Yes, tell him where he comes from if you want to go fortune telling. Cheltenham, Harrow, Cambridge and India. Harrow, a prestigious private boys' school in England. Quite right. Great laughter, reaction in the note taker's favor. Exclamations of he knows all about it. Told him proper. Hear him tell the toff. What is toff? Slang for an upper class person. Hear him tell the toff where he come from. He knows where the gentleman comes from. May I ask, sir, do you do this for your living at a music hall? I have never thought of that. Perhaps I shall someday. The rain has stopped and the persons on the outside of the crowd begin to drop off. So the rain now stops and the people begin to leave slowly one after another. The flower girl, resenting the reaction. He is no gentleman, he ain't, to interfere with a poor girl. She wants to draw the attention of others towards herself. The daughter, out of patience, pushing her way rudely to the front and displacing the gentleman, who politely retires to the other side of the pillar. What on earth is Freddie doing? Freddie is still absent. He has not returned. I shall get pneumonia if I stay in this draught any longer. It is so cold over here that I shall catch cold and I shall be ill with pneumonia very soon. The note taker to himself, hastily, quickly making a note of a pronunciation of monia. Earl's Court. Now he diverts his attention towards Clara Hill. After listening to how she utters Monia from pneumonia. He concludes that she comes from Earl's Court violently and she doesn't like it very much. Will you please keep your impertinent remarks to yourself? Impertinent, rude remarks to yourself. Mind your own business, man. Did I say that out loud? I didn't mean to. I beg your pardon. Your mother's Epsom, unmistakably. Epsom is a town in Surrey, England. Advancing between her daughter and the note-taker. How very curious. I was brought up in Large Lady Park near Epsom. So the note-taker gets all the answers correct. He knows exactly from where each of the persons come from. Uproariously amused. Ha ha, what a devil of a name. Excuse me, to the daughter. You want a cab, do you? Don't dare speak to me. The daughter, already annoyed and irritated, she also does not like the interference of the note-taker, Professor Higgins. Oh, please, please, Clara. Her daughter repudiates her with an angry shrug and retires haughtily. She is very angry. So repudiates, shrug and haughtily. Haughtily means in a proud, arrogant or disdainful manner. We should be so grateful to you, sir, if you found us a cab. The note-taker produces a whistle. Oh, thank you. She joins her daughter. The note-taker blows a piercing blast. So, the mother advancing between her daughter and the note-taker. It is very surprising. I was brought up in Large Lady Park near Epsom. The note-taker is amused, but the daughter is angry. Don't dare speak to me. And the mother then says, yes, please, we do want a carriage. Clara, be polite. And the daughter with an angry shrug goes back. We would be so grateful to you, sir, if you found us a cab. Then the note-taker whistles loudly. Oh, thank you. And then she joins her daughter. The sarcastic bystander there. I knowed he was a plain clothes copper. Copper, British slang for a police officer. That ain't a police whistle. That's a sporting whistle. The flower girl, still preoccupied with her wounded feelings. He has no right to take away my character. My character is the same to me as any lady's. So there is no discrimination between a lady, upper class, belonging to the upper class section of the society, and myself. Although I am poor, I come from a slum area, my character, my reputation is the same to me as any lady's. So here the flower girl is still angry and she says, he has no right to take away my character. My character is as important to me as any lady. I don't know whether you have noticed it, but the rain stopped about 2 minutes ago. So it has. Why didn't you say so before? And us losing our time listening to your silliness. He walks off towards the Strand. I can tell where you come from. You come from Anwell. Go back there. Helpfully, Hanwell. So, again, the bystander and the sarcastic bystander, they try to mock, ridicule the note-taker, but he rectifies. It's not Anwell, it's Hanwell, a suburb of London, formerly the location of an asylum. The sarcastic bystander, affecting great distinction of speech. Thank you, teacher. Ha ha. So long. He touches his hat with mock respect and strolls off. He doesn't like it. The flower girl. Frightening people like that, how would he like it himself? It's quite fine now, Clara. We can walk to a motor bus. Come. She gathers her skirts above her ankles and hurries off towards the Strand. The daughter. But the cab. Her mother is out of hearing. Oh, how tiresome, how exhausting. She follows angrily. She is irritated, annoyed, angry. All the rest have gone except the note-taker, the gentleman and the flower girl. So who are present on the stage right now? Note taker Professor Higgins, the gentleman, and the flower girl Eliza, who sits arranging her basket. What is she doing? She is arranging her basket and still pitying herself in murmurs, whispers. Poor girl, hard enough for her to live without being worrited and chivied. So bothered and harassed, old-fashioned slang. The gentleman, returning to his former place on the note-taker's left. How do you do it, if I may ask? So he is interested. The rain has now stopped. As no cab arrives, the mother and daughter leave for the bus stand. The other people also leave one another. And then only the flower girl, the note taker, and the military-looking gentleman, they are present in the portico. And now the military-looking gentleman asks the note taker as to how he could tell the different London localities to which the various people belonged. And the note taker confidently replies simply, phonetics, the science of speech. And that was his profession, also his hobby. Simply phonetics. What is phonetics? The scientific study of speech sounds. The science of speech, that's my profession, also my hobby. Happy is a man who can make a living by his hobby. You can spot an Irishman or a Yorkshire man by his brogue. What is the meaning of brogue? It is a strong original accent, especially Irish or Scottish. I can place any man within 6 miles. I can place him within 2 miles in London, sometimes within 2 streets. I can be so specific. Ought to be ashamed of himself. Unmanly coward. But is there a living in that? Do you earn anything? Is that a means of livelihood? The note taker. Oh yes, quite a fat one. He earns a handsome amount. This is an age of upstarts. Now, who are upstarts? Upstarts are people who suddenly rise to wealth or power, and often arrogantly. Men begin in Kentish Town with £80 a year and end in Park Lane with 100,000. This is going to be the income. Now, they want to drop Kentish Town, but they give themselves away every time they open their mouths. Now I can teach them. Let him mind his own business and leave a poor girl. Explosively. Woman, seize this. Stop this detestable boo-hooing instantly, or else seek the shelter of some other place of worship. With feeble defiance, with weak defiance, I have a right to be here if I like, same as you. A woman who utters such depressing and disgusting sounds has no right to be anywhere, no right to live. Remember that you are a human being with a soul and the divine gift of articulate speech. What is articulate speech? Able to speak clearly and effectively, and the divine gift of articulate speech, that your native language is the language of Shakespeare, Milton, and the Bible. So William Shakespeare, English playwright, Milton, English poet, John Milton. And don't sit there crooning like a bilious pigeon. What is crooning? Softly singing or humming. And billion is bad-tempered or sickly. So the flower girl, she is quite overwhelmed and looking up at him in mingled wonder and deprecation without daring to raise her head. Ah, ah, ow, ow, ooh, making such sounds. And this is really irritating. The note taker does not like it very much. He says, a woman who utters such depressing and disgusting sounds has no right to be anywhere, no right to live. He tells her that she must remember that she is a human being with a soul and she has the divine gift of language of Shakespeare, Milton, and the Bible. And what is she doing over here? She is simply sitting there weeping like a sick pigeon. Whipping out his notebook right now, The note taker, heavens, what a sound, he writes, then holds out the book and reads, reproducing her vowels exactly. Ah, 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 ow, ow, ooh. Tickled by the performance and laughing in spite of herself. Finally, she finds this funny. So, she is much amused by the performance and she laughs in spite of her anger. Gone. That means go on. Come on. Let me see how much you know, how much you can speak to me in this manner. The note taker. You see this creature with her curbstone English. What is curbstone English? Slang for unrefined or working class English, especially Cockney dialect. The English that will keep her in the gutter to the end of her days. So she will continue to be where she is. She will never be able to climb up the social ladder. This dialect of hers will keep her in the gutter to the end of her days. Well, sir, in 3 months I could pass that girl off as a duchess at an ambassador's garden party. Now, this is very, very important. In 3 months, I could pass that girl off as a duchess at an ambassador's high society garden party. I could even get her a place as lady's maid, a personal servant to a lady or shop assistant. So if she gets education, if she is transformed properly, then she can climb up the social ladder. And I can do that in 3 months. I'm pretty sure about that. Or shop assistant, which requires better English. All she needs to learn is better English, not the Cockney dialect. That's the sort of thing I do for commercial millionaires. And on the profits of it, I do genuine scientific work in phonetics and a little as a poet on Miltonic lines. The gentleman, I am myself a student of Indian dialects. And the note taker eagerly, are you? Do you know Colonel Pickering, the author of Spoken Sanskrit? I am Colonel Pickering. Who are you? Henry Higgins, author of Higgins's Universal Alphabet. Henry Higgins, a professor of phonetics, and they get introduced to each other with enthusiasm. I came from India to meet you. What a coincidence. I was going to India to meet you. A great coincidence. Where do you live? The address. Learn the address. 27A Wimpole Street. Come and see me tomorrow. An appointment. I am at the Carlton. Come with me now and let's have a jaw over some supper. So, slang for a talk or chat. Let's chat over supper. Right you are. So, immediately they start liking each other. Higgins was supposed to meet Colonel, and Colonel was also desirous of meeting Higgins, and what a coincidence, they meet finally. After this, so the challenge is very important. Transformation of Eliza. This is the introduction. The flower girl, to Pickering as he passes her, by a flower, kind gentleman, I am short for my lodging. I want money. I really haven't any change. I am sorry. He goes away, shocked at girl's mendacity. What is mendacity? Lying or deceit. Liar, you said you could change half a crown. Rising in desperation, you ought to be stuffed with nails. You ought. She is extremely angry. Flinging the basket at his feet, take the whole blooming basket for 6 pence. The church clock strikes the 2nd hour. For your MCQs, read the text thoroughly, hearing in it the voice of God rebuking him for his Pharisaic want of charity to the poor girl, hypocritically self-righteous or moralizing. Pharisaic. A reminder, he raises his hat solemnly, then throws a handful of money into the basket and follows Pickering. Picking up half a crown. Half a crown is a crown of Pharisaic is hypocritically self-righteous or moralizing. Rebuking him for his Pharisaic want of charity, lack of kindness to the poor girl. A reminder, he raises his hat solemnly, then throws a handful of money into the basket and follows pickering, picking up half a crown. What is half crown? Half crown, a coin worth 2 shillings and 6 pence. Ah, ooh, ooh. Picking up a couple of florins. Ah, ow, ooh. Picking up several coins. Ah, ow, ooh. Picking up half a sovereign. Ah, ow, ooh. So making such noise. Florins, old British coin worth 2 shillings, and half sovereign is a gold coin worth 10 shillings. Springing out of a taxi cab. So finally we have the return of Freddie. Got one at last. Hello to the girl. Where are the 2 ladies that were here? Ironically, the ladies have left and Freddie has returned with a cab. They walked to the bus when the rain stopped and left me with a cab on my hands. Damnation. Expression of anger and frustration. So he is frustrated. The flower girl with grandeur. Never you mind. Young man, I am going home in a taxi. She sails off to the cab. The driver puts his hand behind him and holds the door firmly shut against her. Quite understanding his mistrust, she shows him her handful of money. So initially the driver is hesitant. Why? Because he feels that the flower girl will not be able to give him the required amount. 8 pence ain't no object to me, Charlie. He grins and opens the door. Angel. Quote, Drury Lane, round the corner of Micklejohn's oil shop. Her destination. Let's see how fast you can make her hop it. She gets in and pulls the door to with a slam as the taxi cab starts. Well, I am dashed. Expression of surprise.